So I want you to imagine that we have this what we call a success thermostat. And this is the idea that we all create a ceiling of how much success we're actually allowing ourselves to achieve. This is not how much success we're allowed to achieve in the world, this is how much success we're allowing ourselves to achieve. Now there's always a lowest bar to this. Now the lowest bar is, this is what we know if things get really tough, we know that we'll be okay because we'll do this. There's always kind of like a plan B in our heads that if everything, everything goes to pot, we'll be all right because we're prepared to do whatever it is down here. Yeah, we all know what that is. But we don't have to worry about that because usually that's not a problem. The issue is that when we get up here, this is the highest bar that we actually we can allow ourselves to achieve. And when we get up here, and this might be let's say a level of growth that we have never experienced before. It might be a level of growth that nobody in our family or our friends have ever experienced before. It might be a surprise check that all of a sudden we get that puts us in a different category of wealth. It's just something that's out of our ordinary, out of the scope of our family and friends and the circle of everybody that we've ever known. And all of a sudden, we're achieving great heights. We're in foreign territory now. And when we get up here, the air can feel really thin. It can feel scary up there. We don't know how to behave up there. We don't know how to operate up there. We don't know, who am I to operate up there? We might start finding ourselves thinking things like, I'm just a kid from Leeds. Who am I to be doing that? Nobody in my family did this. No, none of my friends have done this. Looking around, is this what I want? Do I know how to do it? And if we're not careful, when we start to nudge up against this, we can start to self-sabotage because it feels very alien to us. Because what we actually want to do is come here. This is what I call the familiar. Most people call it the comfort zone. This is actually familiar. This is where we're used to. This is what feels comfortable, even if it might not have been comfortable. It might not feel that great. It might just feel stale, but it's familiar to us. And most of the time, we operate in this place. Now, the challenge isn't to stay here. The challenge isn't even to smash out of our comfort zone and bounce up here, because we want to avoid that self-sabotage. The actual goal is to acclimatise to that next level. When we acclimatise that next level, and by acclimatise I mean really get used to it, that becomes our familiar, that becomes comfortable. I remember when I was a kid, right, I was one of those kids that if you took me swimming or to the beach or anything, I'd go into the water and I'd kind of go up to my knees a little bit, and I'd kind of get used to the cold water being there, and then I'd go up to my hips a little bit and get used to the cold water, and then I'd slowly kind of get to my shoulders, and then I'd kind of dip my head in a little bit. And it was very long-winded doing that. And the thing is, there's a lot quicker ways to actually get, but that's what I mean by acclimatising. It's about understanding that once we start to get comfortable operating at this level, what happens is actually really lovely, because this level becomes this level, and we create a whole new level up there. And before we know it, we're actually keep acclimatising, and we keep growing, and we're stepping into our next level. And it becomes of course I'm operating here. Why wouldn't I be? This is just where I'm meant to be. This feels comfortable to me now. This feels like the most easiest thing in the world. So our job is to start acclimatising to our next level, even before we get there, so it feels totally natural. And then we create a brand new level above us, and we keep going.